question, just raise your hand. Yell it out. Okay, so let's start with Matt Sauls from SiteScout.
Good afternoon. So my name is Matt Sauls. I'm from SiteScout. Over the past 2 years, we've been building a demand-side platform at SiteScout, and it's been a very challenging experience, very rewarding experience, very exciting. We've gotten a chance to work with a really wide variety of players in the industry, so we get to work with exchanges, we get to work with data partners, we get to work with publishers, we get to work with advertisers, agencies, affiliates, direct response guys, kind of the whole run. I've been very lucky in being able to kind of wear a lot of hats at the company, and I've had a good sense of product development and technology architecture, sales, business development, so kind of seeing the big picture. Right now, as everyone knows, and Michael Bear was showing some slides indicating direct response is still, the primary buyers in RTB. And we're really hoping and we're knowing that brands are going to start taking up this space a lot more. So today I'm talking about things that we've learned about what, the elements of RTB that are important for brands and strategies that they need to use to make RTB work for them. And I think simultaneously these elements are some of the biggest challenges that the RTB industry is facing. So, as far as a brand, buying media in general, buying media on RTB, reaching an audience safely with brand protection, hitting your audience with rich media and creatives that really deliver the proper experience that that brand has built, having access to good premium traffic, premium placements, and I'm going to go over some example strategies of what we can do to put all these elements into place and make it work. So, as far as reaching your audience, this is the key thing, and everybody knows that RTB is the kind of the magical tool that's going to allow us to reach our audience no matter what website they go on. So, traditionally, site and placement buying, this goes for offline too, buying pages in magazines or TV placements, that's been the primary audience tool, demographics of the placement. Now we're able to layer on first-party data, so this is cookie data collected by the advertiser themselves, third-party data collected by data aggregators on other third parties. And we can also use contextual analysis to find people based on the context of what they're looking at. So these kind of four elements make up the sort of key tools that we have to actually target an audience on RTB. So we're targeting the audience. Next step is having a brand safe campaign, and as we've seen in the past, and there's many horror stories of brands and advertisers that have ended up in the wrong places. This is still a huge task for the industry to overcome. Right now, the main tools for brand advertisers to protect themselves are real-time contextual tools, and there's a run of these. There's probably a good dozen companies right now all competing to be the top contextual brand safety providers. They read page content, they look at elements in the page, and try and protect you against things that may be in that page based on real-time analysis. That's definitely not enough. The way that a brand safety tool on its own is going to protect you from everything. We still can't see, for instance, images that are showing up on websites. So the other big tool that brands need to use is whitelisting and blacklisting. So, aside from just finding your audience, you need to know what sites, even if it's a list of thousands of sites that you feel are safe, we see that the bigger brands, the agencies that are fairly savvy, are actually whitelisting the sites that they generally know are appropriate. Hopefully in the future, the ability to know about images on pages programmatically and the ability to actually know which other ads for potentially competitive products or competitive businesses is going to be key. Those are still, I think there's still a ways to go in the industry in that respect. And this new topic, kind of off the brand safety topic, but ad verification, which is tools that are coming out that'll actually tell you whether or not people are seeing your ads, which is a similar type of technology. So we're finding the audience. We are brand safe, hopefully. The next step is going to be delivering high impact creative to your audience. So we can do this in a non-RTB environment, obviously, and we can on television we can deliver video commercials, obviously. But RTB is really maturing to enable the ability to buy stuff like expandable ads, in-banner, pre-roll, interactive advertising, knowing that those elements will work on the pages they're being served in. And RTB does provide a number of opportunities with these creatives. Most notably is, obviously the ability to track metrics. This can be, again, done outside of RTB. The ability to track metrics, hover if people are watching videos, if people are interacting with these ads. The big thing that RTB can now do is allow you to actually push data into ads. And we're seeing examples of this. E-commerce sites that are actually taking past viewed product data from consumers and pre-populating ads with products that those consumers have actually viewed, taking abandoned shopping carts and trying to get them online or get them in front of users again. And RTB, the ability to design dynamic creative is really, I think, where RTB is going to shine as far as delivering super targeted experiences once you find your audience. Finally, this is just kind of the final element I want to talk about is traffic. Just having, just finding your audience and, putting stuff in front of them that looks nice isn't the only key. Brands do need to be held in high regard. They need to be put in, high profile spots. And it's got to be above the fold. It's got to be first impression. A lot of times they want to be able to skin the website. First of all, the myth is that RTB is bad inventory, that it's remnant inventory left over, and as of late, this is no longer the case. Publishers are using RTB as one of their primary sources of monetizing their inventory, and we're seeing that there's lots of good traffic available. As well, the exchanges, and many of the exchanges are putting a lot of tools in place, such as private exchanges, which are one-on-one relationships potentially between advertiser and the publisher, and private marketplace controls, which can have a similar effect, which are allowing now agencies, advertisers to do things like skin pages, have guaranteed access to inventory, guaranteed price points. And I think moving forward, we're going to see more and more of these tools being put in place that allow direct relationships between agencies, advertisers, and publishers, but through the RTB space, which means that people can really get the premium inventory that they need. I'm just going to go over a few examples here of how some of these elements can go together. So we have an example here. This is a ticket broker, so potentially your Ticketmaster online. And in this example, we're talking about collecting first-party data. So first-party data is data that the advertiser themselves have. And in this case, our ticket broker is collecting data on who has purchased tickets in the past. They potentially know what genre of music people have been buying tickets for. And we've got someone buying rock, someone buying hip-hop and blues. And potentially we know A, what city those people attended those concerts in. So it's possible they were on vacation attending a concert. We also, of course, know what city they're actually in when they're browsing the web. So we can retarget these people, but not just target them for anything. We can serve dynamic ads, for instance, that will target them based on either the city they live in or the city that they were known to purchase inventory or purchase tickets in, and dynamically serve them correct ads. So we have the rock guy gets U2, the hip hop guy gets Kanye West, BB King for the blues guy, etc. So this is first-party data and geo-targeting, basically. Next example I'm going to go through is an energy drink company. So Red Bull, for instance. This is an example of using contextual data. So what we're doing is we're going to do like a run of many sites and search for pages based on contextual data that may appeal to students, programmers, and gamers. Just an example. Some brands won't know exactly what their contextual category is that they need to target. RTB is the perfect place to actually try targeting many contextual categories and figure out which ones work. So, an example of 3 contexts we could target. In this case, let's say we're looking for an age group of under 30. So we're going to overlay over this contextual data. We can overlay third-party demographic data and grab people that are in the age group. And then, as a further strategy, in this example, we're using day parting to show them a wake up banner in the morning and a stay awake banner at night. Last example, this is a little more third-party heavy. So an auto manufacturer selling hybrid vehicles, and basically what they're going to do is they're going to start off by getting premium auto inventory. So they can do run-of-channel auto stuff. They can go private exchange. They can make private deals and make sure that they're getting homepage, good placements on auto sites. Then what we're going to do is, instead of just targeting the auto sites as a whole, overlay third-party purchase intent data. So users that have done something in the past that they're known to be in market for a vehicle. So they're not just interested in the vehicle, they've made some action somewhere that proves that they're actually planning to buy a vehicle. We're going to only buy users that are in market for a vehicle when they're visiting an auto site. So we're really capturing people that are in market at the exact moment that they're engaging with that product. And to top it off, we can overlay demographic data and serve, we have ages 18 to 29, they're receiving one ad, ages 30 to 55, they're receiving a different ad, and folks 55 and plus are going to be receiving a different ad. So, it's a bit more complicated strategy, but this really allows you to put the right ad in front of the right person at the right time. And I think this goes across the board, this is providing an ability that's not possible with any other form of buying. It's definitely not possible offline. These strategies are just examples that I outlined. They're obviously not going to be the exact strategy for anyone's particular brand. More importantly, and what we've seen is RTB provides the ultimate testing ground, the ultimate place to try something. You can turn a campaign on for 5 minutes, see if it works. If it doesn't work, move on, try something else. The platforms that are coming out that are built well really make it easy for you to try tons and tons of stuff, find out what's working, find out what's not working, and then once you get your key targeting combinations, you just really scale that out and try to expand upon that. If there's one message I would leave at the end, I would say that RTB, we see direct response guys doing this like crazy, just testing, experimenting, and then scaling. And I think the more we see brands getting in and seeing that, using that mentality, we're going to see a lot of success happening there. Thanks everybody for your time today. Appreciate you letting me speak to you. And I'll be in the SiteScout booth for the rest of the day there. Have a great afternoon. I'll shoot up to answer questions.